first members of what was then called CIC. And it happened one night when I started having heart arrhythmia, but I thought it was palpitations. So I didn't take it too seriously, but I thought I might as well just contact the emergency centre in Hillcrest. That was long before the hospital was there. But I couldn't find it in the phone book, so my natural reaction was to phone Teresa or Brian, got hold of them on the line, they gave me the number, and then they inquired what the problem was. And I just said, well, you know, I'm having heart palpitations, I'm monitoring it. They suggested I get hold of VEMA, which is your voluntary emergency services, and I didn't want to bother them. It was already about 10:30 at night. So I think eventually I did speak to somebody from them. But in the meantime, they started to monitor me. And every 15 minutes or so, Teresa was on the line asking me how I was doing. And I just thought that was so impressive because, you know, I wasn't just treated as an individual wanting a number. They really took care and concern. And at their suggestion later on, and I think this is where we did speak to VEMA, I got hold of them and they suggested that I go to the emergency service, which I did, and an hour and a half later I was in hospital in ICU. So had it not been for their constant care, I might just have glossed over the situation, and in fact it was far more serious than I imagined.
We've been members of SACAN for a number of years now, and I've found that SACAN have always been there for us when we've needed them. One particular incident that happened that stands out in my mind was I was staying over in hospital with my daughter, and I got a phone call at 4 a.m. in the morning from my domestic worker. She heard sounds outside her cottage window. She had pushed her panic button, but it was a silent alarm, so she wasn't sure if the security company had heard her or not. So she phoned me. My husband was at home with the other children. She phoned me to let me know that that somebody was outside her cottage and she was very scared. I told her to just hang 10. I would phone SACAN immediately, which I did. Brian Jones was on duty and I spoke directly to him. He was phenomenal. He told me, he got the address and everything, and we hung up and he phoned me back like literally a minute or two later to say that he had the dog squad, the security company, the police force, everybody was going to help Cynthia. I phoned her back and told her that help was on its way. And all the time Brian, was on the line. He was speaking with the dog squad unit, the security company. So he kept me informed all along as to what was happening, who was there, when they were at the gate. I told Cynthia she could open the gate for them. She let them in. Unfortunately, the suspects did get away. They had hopped over the fence. But it was just such peace of mind that, they got there so quickly. And for me, SACAN are there for me when I'm there for my family, for my loved ones, being in hospital with my daughter. SACAN were looking after us at home.